Hello everyone, how are you? So today I'm going to continue discussing about the lesson about ancient Greece. So yesterday I sent a video, and like I said, we're going to be talking about gods, the Greek gods today. Now, the Greeks believe in many gods, so there have lots of gods and goddesses that serves different purposes in their life. Now, the ancient Greece believed that their god lived in Mount Olympus. Now, Mount Olympus is a real mountain class, and it's the tallest, actually, the tallest mountain the highest mountain in Greece. So as you can see, this is Mount Olympus. Now, nobody from ancient Greece had ever climbed this mountain, and it's the highest. So nobody ever climbed it because they believe that their gods live there, and or at least above the air in Mount Olympus, and it became a sacred mountain for them. Now, Olympus, it was never cold, it's never rainy, and never windy. Okay, so it's kind of like a fair weather, like today. It's a fair weather. Yeah, no wind, not cold, it's not rainy, so it's kind of that kind of weather. Now, the gods, according to them, drank, the gods drank a delicious drink called nectar, and the food they eat is called ambrosia. Okay, so I hope you find the meaning of those words already from your vocabulary. Now, so I'm going to go to the different gods, okay? So I'm just going to be discussing half of the gods of the Greek because it's too long. But if you heard about Cupid, so Cupid is one of the god. So usually Cupid, you heard Cupid during Valentine's Day, okay? So he's the one that has an arrow, okay? So that's Cupid. So in Greek, his name is Eros, and he was the god of love. So that's why he's associated maybe with Valentine's Day. Now, Zeus, so first let's talk about Zeus. Zeus was the king of the gods and the strongest of them all. He controlled the weather. Okay? Now he had a beard and a bushy eyebrows, and he carries with him a thunderbolt. He carries around him thunderbolts, and even he has a bucket full of thunderbolts in his throne at Olympus. So when he was sitting on his throne, and he has lots of thunderbolt inside his bucket, okay, next to him, and he has a temper, so he easily gets angry, and when he's angry, he throws thunderbolt down at earth or to the person he's angry with or he's mad with. So don't make him mad. He's gonna throw thunderbolt. Okay, now Zeus also likes pretty women, which put him in trouble many times because he has a wife, his name is Hera. Her name is Hera. So Hera is the queen of the gods. She's the wife of Zeus, and she was the goddess of marriage. So she looked after marriages and especially for the wives. So she often often she became angry with Zeus because Zeus likes pretty women, and he always fell in love with those pretty women. Now there's one time Hera was walking towards Zeus, and then Zeus saw her, and she was with this beautiful young woman. Zeus was with a beautiful young woman, and because Hera is coming, so Zeus is kind of like, I'm in trouble, but he quickly changed this young woman into a cow to disguise, okay, to kind of hide her, that Hera cannot see that it's a woman. Now, what Hera did, she asked for that cow, okay? She asked for that cow to be a gift from Zeus. Now, Zeus doesn't have a choice but to give the cow to Hera because she asked for it. And so what happened is that Hera guarded this cow. Like she put a guard. She put guards to guard that cow so that Zeus cannot come near. Okay? Couldn't go near to this cow. So that he couldn't change it back to the woman she was. Now, so that's the thing. I'm gonna have a story that will talk about that later in your reading. I'm gonna send it to you. So, so that's about Zeus. Okay. Now, next is Poseidon. Poseidon is Zeus' brother. Now, when Zeus became the king of the gods, Poseidon became the ruler of the sea. Now, Poseidon has blue eyes and he has a long hair, which is the color of the ocean. What's the color of the ocean, class? Is it this color? Now, can you picture how Poseidon looks like? Okay, and not only that, he has blue eyes and long hair, maybe longer than mine, and it's the color of the ocean. He also carries with him a trident. Do you know what's a trident? It's a trident is like a fork kind, but it only has three spears. Okay, so where am I? Okay, so he carried a tall three-pointed spear, okay, called a trident. So Poseidon was important to the Greeks because he controlled the sea, and he could either make the Greeks travel safely in the ocean, or he could cause trouble for them. So that's why the Greeks love him, and they probably prayed a lot to Poseidon if they are traveling in the ocean to protect them, for them to have a safe journey in the ocean or in the sea. Now, Hades is another god, and he was also Zeus' brothers, and he was the king of the underworld, where the Greeks believe all people went after they died. So it's Hades. Hades is the king of the underworld, and when Greek people died, they believe that they will go there. Okay? Now, he was also the god of wealth because precious metals and gems come from deep inside the earth. Hades had a special hat which can make him invisible. So he has this special hat that if he put it on, he became invisible. But he always stayed in the underworld. He seldom goes up to Mount Olympus and visit the other gods. So he just wants to be in the underworld. Now, next one is Apollo. Now, Apollo was one of Zeus' sons, okay? Zeus has many children, but Apollo is one of them. Now, he was the god of medicine and poetry. Okay? The other gods love to listen to him. Because he make beautiful music, okay, by singing and plucking the strings of his golden lyre. Okay, now the Greeks admired Apollo and visited his temple to ask his advice. A priestess would give them messages from Apollo. The messages were often very hard to understand, but the Greeks believed that they always turned out to be right in the end. They just have to figure it out. Now, I want to show you some photos, okay, for you to have ideas. So this is Zeus riding the chariot, okay, that's Zeus. And then here is Poseidon with his trident, okay, he always carried that with him. All right, now, so I mentioned about 5 gods, right? Who are they? First, I got Zeus, who is the king, who was the king of the gods, Hera, the wife of Zeus, who is the goddess of marriages, and then who else? What else? Who else? Hades, the king of the underworld, and then here is Poseidon, who is the ruler of the sea. Okay, and Apollo is, no, Apollo was the god of medicine and poetry. So those are the 5 gods that I can give you now. And tomorrow I'm gonna be recording again for the other half of it. Okay, I'm sure you have a lot of questions. Okay, but at least you can picture out now how those gods looks like. All right, and maybe try to remember the different gods that we talk about during with India. Okay, when we're talking about India, so maybe find some similarities about it. Okay, so that's all, guys, and I'll see you next time in my video. Okay, and I'll talk to you one of these days, okay, on the phone. I'm gonna have a FaceTime with you. Okay, all right, good luck and have a good night's sleep. Okay, bye bye, ciao ciao.